Everybody, welcome to day 8. As you can see, we are still overcast and raining. We're in the local area where I am, so Sunshine Coast, Nambour. We have 2 jobs not on the books, which is one of these churches. We have a roof and a house clean, and we have a bitsa, which is bits and pieces around the house. So we went up and seen the roof clean this morning, and we decided just to wait to see what this rain's doing. If it pulls back and gets a bit of heat in the day, even better. So she's fine with that. We just walked around, just double check everything that she wants to get done. And I said that I've got 2 churches in the local area. They're only small, so I'll just if you wouldn't mind, I'll just jump on one of them and just see what the weather's doing. If it pulls back, even better for us, rather than being up on the roof while it's pissing down rain. And it looks like it's doing that. The chance of rain was only 60%, but it was high humidity. So what we're doing here is you can see we've got a breezeway hidden in behind the steps here. So just got the M5 and the shooter tip, and I've just been smashing up in the ceiling and on the wall and stuff to get up in there, just so we can try and get that wall up in there and the staircase. With because it's overcast, I can soak up a fair bit more of the wall. As you can see, I've left a section there just so you can see how bad it was. You can see all the cobwebs and everything up there. Just got to remember, you got to be careful of these casement windows. They're the old timber windows, so you just got to be careful of them. So that's why I use the M5, just to put a nice mist over the whole building. And because it's overcast, you don't get that flash burn on the chemical, even at 1%. So you just got to wait for the dwell time. That's why I'm going around. I've already done the front. I've already soaked up all the concrete up front, and then we're coming around here. I'm just doing a big, I'll probably end up wetting down at least 3 sides, maybe even doing the whole building. You can see this side here is half done. So we're just going around and just getting everything. We're just downstreaming this because we're going to do a bit of concrete cleaning at the front. So I look at a job and I assess the job. I always want to try and pull out 2 hoses if I can. So the water feed hose, and then I look at it and say, well, if I'm not doing the concrete at the front, I'll just pull off the soft wash hose. But if I'm doing the concrete, then I'm just pulling off the high pressure hose, because I'm going to downstream and wash the concrete at the same time. So I'm just trying to utilize 2 hoses at the one time without pulling too many hoses out, because it's about saving time. Saving time is the best part of these jobs. You know, you don't want to be pulling out 3 hoses if you don't need to pull out 3 hoses, especially if we're only downstreaming this building to clean it up. We don't need to put high chemicals on anything to kill anything, because all we've got to do is wait. And you got walls like this around the back here. You don't need heavy chemicals for this type of stuff. All you got to do is wait. We're using a super sud sucker, which is just a normal injector. And all we're going to do is just soak up this side, and we'll come back 10-15 minutes and that wall will be cactus. So it's just dwell time. You just got to wait. Got to be patient. You can't just go around burning things because you don't want to wait. Like, I've already done half this side, and it's all just come up nicely. So just come back through, just hit it again, hit this deck. This deck's got a little bit of brown there, so I'm going to hit it with a fan tip as I come back through. And then just soaking that wall in there, the ceiling in there. Sorry, I got a bit of water in my earpiece. These Bose, they're really good. I love them, but as soon as they get a bit of moisture on it, they play with the sensitivity factor of the headpiece. So they're a bit of a pain in the ass that way. So you can see this wall, it's half gone already. It's only been 5 minutes. So we'll give it, you know, come back over here. Even the fence out the back is a bit gnarly. Just give it another quick soak, a little bit more chemical. So we start to rinse off with that. So we'll just let that sit. We'll wash from the front. We'll come from the front and then wash that. Look at that wall there. That's only been about 7 minutes. So you don't need strong chemicals. All these people that come out here, you know, I do it sometimes. I'll burn a roof with a strong chemical. That's because there's a reason behind that. Whether it's in a valley, it's got trees all around it, it hasn't been cleaned for 10, 12 years. There's certain things that you need strong chemicals for. Sometimes you just got to wait 10, 15 minutes before you start to see results, you know. Sometimes on an overcast day like today, you have to wait 20 minutes. Like overcast days like today, I'm doing 4 sides of a building, like a normal 2-story house. And as you can see, we're getting exact results. So I don't have to hit this with 3% to clean it when I can just hit it with 1. Like that wall there's done. That's been 10 minutes. So all I got to do now is come back with the shooter tip, knock all the cobwebs off, and I've pretty much done this whole building within 45 minutes. Time I rinse, I'll probably take 10 minutes doing the concrete up the front there. But yeah, just go take your time, test the surface and what you're doing. My biggest thing was to soak the wall up in there because I don't have the keys to get in there. But I told them that I could shoot it from here. So I get the pencil beam in there and the shooter tip, and I just shoot it all the way up, soak all that wall. The good thing about soft washing as well is you don't knock off all this paint. It's all cracking on the building. So we're going to get this one finished. We're going to rinse this one, and then we're probably we'll push back up to the roof one, and then we'll come back, do the other church, and then go back and do the other job. Okay, so I'm just wanted to show you this. I finished rinsing that wall there, so probably 10-15 minutes, and then all this has not been rinsed yet, but it's all clean. So it just takes time and you'll get there. All right, so we just arrived on the next job. So we got roof and house to do on this one. As you can see, we got the leaf catchers, got 2 tanks, 2 tanks down there. Which way is the best way to get to it? That is the question. So got to get down here to divert the tanks, make sure no water comes off the roof. Everything is muddy. So we got to get down to there. So don't know. It's pretty much a straight drop off there. So we might just have to come around here and walk around the bottom. But yeah, we got a nice easy clean. We just got to watch all these cameras around. Roof pretty good job because the building itself is only 4 years old. So we're just getting it clean just to make sure everything's nice. Ooh. But, let's go have a look at these tanks. I love that blue. And come down here, we got another drop off. Hang on, I'll do this and I'll get back to you. Down here, that's where the car is up there. It's a good 5-6 meter climb down there, but everything's all muddy and stuff. So on this tank system, some people call these first flush just bypasses. There's a T-piece up here that comes down here, and that's got a little black ball that sits in there. But these got little service hatches, so the water comes off the house down through here, down through the bottom, and comes up here. So there's water. There's no water there because of the gravity feed. So we'll leave these off, so all the water will come out here. You don't need to disconnect those ones because we got these ones here. If you didn't have that T-piece there, then you could do these ones. The water would travel up here and then come through here. But when you got something that low, I like to grab them. So then I'll just leave the caps over here and let them know after a rain or two, because we're only going to downstream this roof, there won't be much chlorine on it because it's only 4 years old. So there's only going to be tiny spots. We're going to just run a quick surface cleaner over it, just get rid of the dust and the grime. And because we want to walk on it and blow off those valleys, and she wants all the gutters cleaned out, so we're just going to run the surface cleaner over top of the gutters just to blow all them out. So nice, quick, easy job. Probably going to still take me 3 hours to do this job, but nice and easy. But that's diverting. You got to make sure you divert these tank waters, because you get chlorine in one of these suckers and it's linked to the other one, you're up for thousands of dollars to clean and fill these things. So always double check your tanks. Okay, bad news. What we have to do is change the way we clean this roof, because can't see it. We're going to surface clean the roof and give it a quick once over. It was working. I was getting up on the roof at the front, but the roof being 4 years old, it's still slippery with the ColourBond sheeting. It hasn't faded yet, so I literally couldn't walk on that roof. I'd have to put sponges on my feet to walk on that roof to make it grippy enough, but we're not going to do that today. So we're just going to downstream the whole roof and downstream the walls at the same time. So we're just going to, it's hard, I've got a lot of mud around here, so I don't want to step all over the place. We've soaked up the far end of the roof all the way across to here, and then this far end here, which is all the lower stuff, and then all the other stuff is on the other side, which is 2 stories. So what we're going to do is clean. We're going to flush off the roof now and come down through here and then clean the building at the same time. And we're just going to do it that way. So I didn't add the concrete into the job. It's just a back little pad here, so I've just hit it with chlorine. Chlorine's been there for about 5-10 minutes now, so it's gone brown. It will die. I'll probably just run the M5 over it for a fan tip. So we're going to jump up here. We're going to blow all that roof and everything up that valley. We're going to blow it off towards the back and clean up, because what's happened is the leaves are gathered up in these valleys here, and then they get little black spots on the little grooves. So we're just going to blow all them out and clean all that out. If we need to apply a little bit more chemical, we'll just do that just to get rid of that staining. And this guttering in here is all blocked up with leaves, so we just want to blast that out so we can clean all the guttering. As part of the job is to clean all the rain heads and clean all that up, so there's nothing in the gutters, blow it all out. So we're going to do that now. As you can see, the roof's come up nice and clean. This side here had a nice little green glow across it. And then where you got the leaves sticking, there's little bits and pieces there. And then there's little bits over here. So I'll just drop a little bit of chemical on this. And that'll just disappear anyway. So that won't take much to go. There's a couple of little bits up there. The good thing about having the Smart Stream is I can turn the chemical on and then I got chemical within 30 seconds. So it's a little bit hard to do it with one hand, but jump up here. Here it is. Right, so I'll just give everything a nice little soak because I've blown all the leaves away. And then I can go there, pull it back out of my pocket, and then it's gone. So, soak up the last little bit, and we can rinse that from the ground. So what we'll do is come down here. That is all full of leaves, so we'll just give it a flush. So there's a soft washing of concrete. You just hit it with the M5. You get no lines, no defects, no nothing. You get nice clean concrete. So we're just finishing off the third job, which we're doing all the garden edging, driveway, garden edging right around there, right around the back. So just a bit of a job. We just finished this one. We're just gonna pack up all the lines and take off and do another church job. So didn't film too much on this one. The lady didn't want camera around, so it's fine. But we just finished all the driveway and whatnot. We're on our fourth last job for the day. Whew. So it's 3 o'clock. Get this one smashed out in probably about an hour. Won't take as long. We only did this last year. Water flow is really good here, so we don't have to wait for water flow. Yeah, so we're just going to pull the hose out, soak up, bit of bat poo here. We'll see what we can do with that. No guarantees. Soak it up, away we go. So secretary come in and I got asked to do the car park, and I asked if they wanted to do a cheap job or they wanted to do a more expensive job. So the cheap job, all we're going to do is downstream everything, kill everything, turn everything brown, and in the rain and whatnot will get rid of everything else for us. So that's what we're doing, just going through and downstreaming the whole car park. So we've just got the M5 just going through, just getting a nice flood on it. So what we want to do is just cause a ripple of water because we want to wet the concrete so that it soaks right into all those areas. All wet. So you turn around here, you see that's dry, half dry already. A lot of this is wet. You see all the soap and whatnot. So, keep it wet. That's good. Just want to double up on this area here because of it's so bad on this edge. Just going to double up just to make sure it's all nice and wet. Down this edge here, it's got all the trees underneath it and stuff. But other than that, we are done for the day. Our 4 jobs, 2 jobs on top of our booked jobs. So we always normally get jobs in the waiting list. We haven't got jobs in the waiting list at the moment, so I go home and find out what was approved and what wasn't. We've got a couple of big commercial jobs to quote, so I'll do that when I get home. But yeah. That is the end of day 8, and we'll move on to tomorrow.